Blessed be the name of the Lord. So-called Easter is coming at the end of March, and I absolutely cannot celebrate that. Just wanted to tell you that you should really think about ditching these church-made wrong dates of the holidays which were originally set up by God. Passover is what Easter should be, and it is celebrating the Passover, which is Jesus Christ. He's the Lamb of God. The dates are set, so it's slightly complicated, but the Bible tells you when you should celebrate the Passover, and sometimes you have to make a correction by the solar calendar to slightly amend the lunar calendar, which could be, it's tricky. I'm not an expert on that, so look into that, think about it, but the dates are given on some rare occasions when the rabbis feel like they need to falsify the calendar. They do that, or they don't double check with the solar calendar. So every now and then you need to take a look at the solar, at the sun, and adjust the dates have to somehow go with the equinoxes and stuff like that. But I absolutely cannot celebrate Easter, the celebration of Ishtar, set by Rome and by the church officials in big hats. Hats should be small, like this. That's a hat, not purple hat of that size. And this is one of the many mistakes that the church committed over the centuries, was breaking off with the Passover dates and setting up a new Ishtar celebration called Easter. And the royal throne of England has dipped their dirty fingers in this whole affair, because one of the kings of England of the name James authorized for you a Bible that can be read by Christians. Puritans had been fighting him for a long time, and he said they need to conform to my rules because the King of England is the head of the Anglican Church. So for the English-speaking world at that time, before there was America, the King of England or the Queen of England, they were like the popes. They had the highest authority. How can the King of England be the head of the church? Think about it. Is he a prophet? Does he know the Bible? Is he an apostle? Is he higher than the authority of the Bible? Is he higher than any pastor? He's not higher than any lowest pastor. As a matter of fact, he's probably not higher than your average Christian. So for that, the Puritans were fighting the King of England, but the royal throne said, no, we will authorize the Bible for you. It's the King James Bible. And they put the name Easter there. In Geneva, it still said Passover, or Pascha was another name, but they changed the name to Easter. They came up with Easter, and that took. Everybody embraced it, and now we celebrate Easter. And of course, we know how it evolved over centuries into bunnies and eggs and all that stuff. It's all wrong. So Easter is at the end of March. I'm totally ignoring that. We are totally ignoring that with my wife. And then we're moving on to celebrating at the time of Passover. We're not celebrating the Jewish Passover, but we are celebrating Jesus at the time designated by God, which corresponds, overlaps with the Passover time that the Jews celebrate, which is around April 20. It goes on for a week, which is a good time to celebrate. I mean, Jesus deserves celebration at all times. And then we have the solar eclipse happening on April 8th, which is between the Easter and actual Passover, kind of in between. And then also right before Passover, that devil comet is flying by. So very interesting times. Expect some big shakeups. NATO is talking war. All the countries are getting ready to start World War III with Russia. And yes, Russia will lose. Russia will lose. They will be defeated. They are not exactly saints, you know. And there's a reason. There's a reason everybody around hates them, you know. All the Eastern European countries. You talk to any Eastern European, they don't have this warm feeling toward the Russians as some conservative Americans do. Because why? Because they know them. Because Russians are usually drunken brutes. They act like Genghis Khan of Europe. It's like you get conquered, the Eastern Europe got conquered by these brutes who knew nothing but brute power. And they didn't bring civilization. They didn't bring any progress. They were stealing watches from people in Estonia and Lithuania and Poland and everywhere else. So everybody hates them there. So it's not a big loss. But the real reason they will lose is Revelation 13. The whole earth will follow the beast. So Russia cannot be left standing independent. Everybody will have to follow the beast. The Western countries already do. The Anglosphere leads the way of implementing satanic design on earth. But worry not, we just have a few years left. Jesus is coming in 2033, most likely. I don't have a day, I don't have an hour, but I think I have a year, 2033. But if it's 2034, I wouldn't be that surprised. Many signs, converging signs point to it. But definitely, as for now, we're not celebrating anything authorized by King James as Easter, but we're going to celebrate at the time of Passover. So may the Lord think about it, and may the Lord richly bless you from Zion. Take care. Bye-bye.